In January 2020, the Philippines Area Presidency introduced the Linking Arms Initiative so the enhanced ministering efforts of members will have a more direct impact on the homes of part-member families. Full-time missionaries were encouraged to partner with ministering companionships, and they were assigned to focus on specific part-member families. The Church in the Philippines has benefited immensely in the 5 years that we have been implementing the Linking Arms program. Here are some success stories and the lessons we learned from them. Linking Arms in Aguilar, Pangasinan. Percival Tenepere was the only non-member in their family. His wife and 8 children were baptized before the pandemic, but became less active because of COVID lockdowns. When the restrictions were lifted, the leaders assigned ministering brethren to reach out to Percival. The ministering brethren worked in tandem with the full-time missionaries and visited the Tenepere family 3 times a week. The ministering brethren continued to visit for a year, with the missionary companionship being replaced several times because of transfers. Brother Tenepere was eventually baptized in 2021, and the whole ward fellowshipped him and his family. After a year, the family was sealed for time and all eternity at the Manila Temple. The story of the Tenepere family taught us 2 important principles. If you want to catch fish, fish where the fish are. The easiest way to catch a fish is to go where the most fish are, and where they are biting. The missionaries assigned to Aguilar targeted the homes of part-member families like the Teneperes. In working with the ministering members, they hit 2 birds with 1 stone, helping the non-participating members return to activity and teaching the non-member so they can progress towards baptism. They knew that non-members found through linking arms efforts with ward leaders and other members are many times more likely to accept the gospel than those found through the finding efforts of the missionaries alone. In Preach My Gospel, chapter 13, we learn missionaries work with local leaders and members to find people to teach and lead them to the Savior. He will magnify your efforts to the degree that you work in unity with local leaders and members. Make working with them an important part of your goals and plans. When the missionaries are linked with active members to minister to returning members, they are uniting families and helping them get on and progress along the covenant path. President Nelson has taught, quote, "The supreme benefits of membership in the church can only be realized only through the exalting ordinances of the temple." Linking Arms in Amlan, Negros Oriental. For several years now, the Amlan branch of Tanjay District has a very organized Linking Arms program. It is always discussed in regular branch council meetings, and the organization counselors and youth leaders always attend the coordination meeting with the mission leader and the missionaries. The Elders Quorum and Relief Society leaders prayerfully consider the needs of the part-member families when they assign members who will minister to the less active and the non-members. The assignments are presented to the branch presidency, and once the matches are approved, they are linked with the missionaries. They use a missionary council tracking form to monitor the progress of part-member families and determine steps to help them progress towards baptism. There are ministering companionships assigned, and they visit regularly with the missionaries. The missionaries do not just bring along any random members who are available at the time. The ministering companionships go out of their way to set and keep appointments with the missionaries and the part-member families. The leaders believe that linking arms, the synergy between the work of the missionaries and ministering efforts of the members, will help Amlan branch become a ward and Tanjay district become a stake. Almost all the branch baptisms are from linking arms, not finding. They simultaneously target baptisms and reactivations. Thus, majority of their baptisms are from linking arms and not from other finding efforts. The Amlan Linking Arms program exemplifies the following. Ward and stake leaders with the priesthood keys, meaning stake presidents, bishops, and elders quorum presidents, should remember that the keys they hold entitle them to revelation specific for the stake, ward, or quorum over which they preside. Relief Society presidents are set apart to oversee the Relief Society in their wards, and therefore they receive authority and the right to revelation for all the sisters in their ward. These leaders determine the ministering members who will most likely connect with the returning members and the non-members due to common interests or similar life circumstances. Once the ministers are properly matched with the part member families, they are linked with the missionaries and they get to work. An example from the Book of Mormon highlights this important principle. After his bow broke and he made a wooden replacement, Nephi asked his father where he should go to hunt. He expressed faith in and sustained his father as the patriarch of the family and the one to whom the Lord would give direction for the family. In the same way, missionaries should approach the Elders Quorum and Relief Society presidents and ask for their inspired guidance. Under the direction of the bishop, these two organization leaders should coordinate with the missionaries to partner with ministering companionships and then invite them to work with specific part member families that they have been inspired to focus on. As emphasized in the Preach My Gospel manual, quote, build strong relationships with the bishopric and other ward leaders. The Elders Quorum and Relief Society presidencies are your primary points of contact. Seek their guidance. End quote. Much success will be achieved when ward or branch councils frequently discuss specific individuals mentioned by the missionaries and the mission leader when they have their regular ward council meetings. The ward or branch mission leader in return should hold a weekly coordination meeting to make specific plans as to how to help interested persons progress in their conversion. Amlan Branch President Jomar Cakayan summarized the importance of linking arms when he shared the following. Quote, linking arms is very useful because every time we have our meeting, we always talk about the things that leaders must do to really be involved in the progress of the part member families being taught by the missionaries. End quote. In summary, Linking Arms is an inspired program. To be successful, Linking Arms requires the following. Fish where the fish are. Link arms to unite families and guide them to the temple. Seek revelation from ward leaders. Involve the ward council and hold weekly coordination meetings. Chapter 9 of the new Preach My Gospel manual highlights the importance of linking arms as taught by President Russell M. Nelson. Quote, I hope that you will learn to love the local leaders and members. Lift them and inspire them. Your ability to link the enthusiasm of the missionaries with the stability and loving efforts of the members cannot be overemphasized. Your success will be multiplied exponentially. End quote.